Hi, my name is Helena De La Rosa, and I'm the host of Heart Wisdom Symposium. Thank you for joining us today. Our special guest today is Damla Aktekin. I keep trying to pronounce your name, the surname correctly. Thank you very much. Welcome to the show, Damla. So I am so looking forward to our audience enjoying the conversation that we're going to have today, and the information that they're going to receive and all the aha moments that they're going to have as well. So, could you please tell our audience about what you do and who you help?
Absolutely. So happy to be here. So, hi to everyone listening. I am an inner child energetic wound healer, crystal healing teacher, astrologer, intuitive reader, and a writer. And what brought me here today has been, and it still continues to be, my own healing journey and my own deep desire to be of service. And my journey didn't quite start with crystals and inner child healing and the such. I studied engineering and then business. I found myself in the corporate world. And that was when I had sort of a detour in 2005. I woke up one day with this incredible pain in my head. And that's how my migraines started. I found myself in the emergency room with that pain. Um, and at the time, I didn't connect the dots. But now looking back, up until that point, my life was I existed in my head, I existed in my mind. I didn't even know that I had a body. And of course, the body lets you know, right? With pain or with something else. So I knew, though, at that point, something needed to change. And the detour was for me to realize, okay, what do I need right now? And that led me to yoga. Um, And I found yoga to be so revelatory for me because suddenly I was like, I'm not just my head. I'm not just in my mind. I have a body. That was a big revelation for me at the time. And I dove deeply into it. In just a couple years, I became a full-time yoga teacher, yoga studio manager, all the certificates you get, full-time teaching, all the stuff. And I thought that was it. I thought that was going to be my next, rest of my life. And then, of course, life had other plans. In 2012, I gave birth to my daughter through emergency C-section. Um, and through the demands of the motherhood, I just dove into such a deep well of darkness. I couldn't, I couldn't recognize my body. It was painful. I actually couldn't connect with myself. Like nothing I knew from yoga worked. And that led me to the world of discovering crystals, vibrational healing methods like EFT tapping, and then later on, the inner child healing sort of evolved from that, all coming to the point of making me realize we're all drops of Om, drops of vibration in a sea of Om, and that's actually the name of my business and my website is A Drop of Om. Om symbolizing the vibrational nature of all our essences. And that is to say, we're not just the mind. Yes, there is the mind. We're not just the body. Yes, there is the body, but beyond the body, beyond the molecules, we are vibrational fields of probability coming in and out of existence. So that's where I live now, Helena, in that field of possibility.
It's an amazing place to live because whenever you uncover that your conscious mind, whenever your imagination is how you manifest, if you can dream it, it's a possibility. And then you learn how to co create with the universe and how to make everything a reality. And it's an amazing place to live. As I enjoy it myself, as it's amazing. And I love how you were honest and spoke about how you weren't connected to your body. I know that for myself and other women out there, you don't actually realize how detached you are from your body until you've had the circumstance of going through a C-section and pain in your body. and all of a sudden you realize you're like, where I have hips, I have legs, I have feet. You're like, hold on, you do because you're taught to just like live in your head and not explore your desires, your sensuality, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and what looks good and what feels comfortable, all these different things on your body. And
Yeah. Can I say something? You're just like I'm getting light bulbs as you speak because
yeah, yeah.
so of course my migraines, the sixth chakra and then C-section, the second chakra having to do with like up until I switched to yoga, I was in this like I was a very good, student. I did very well in the corporate environment, this and like, but I was filling out the boxes for others. And then, of course, second chakra is all about that deep, what you're talking about is almost like following your pleasure, but there's like the pleasure of life wants to live through you,
Mhm.
you know? And I still wasn't doing that. I was doing let me get this certificate, let me teach this lesson this way. You put your foot here, you know?
Yes.
Um, and then life was like, no, no, no. Like you're gonna go sign up to this astrology class just because. You're gonna go to this pilgrimage to Egypt just because. So it becomes more of a what are your deep hidden desires that you're
Hmm.
not allowing yourself to even feel, name, yet alone like take a step towards. So that's, and that's where the joy lives. That's where like more expansion lives.
You're completely correct. It is where true joy lives whenever you start to tap into what feels good and what feels joyful and what your deepest desires are. Then you get to live your true, authentic self, and you're not living and working for someone else. Because I know that there's so many people watching just now who are going through that angst of they know that they need to continue to work to bring in money to provide for their family, or it's to keep a roof over your head and pay your bills, but it doesn't fulfill you, it doesn't make you happy. And living from your example, Damla, you then started following the breadcrumbs where you took yoga, but then you studied astrology and then inner child and then crystals. And that's whenever you truly started to live from that place of joy, because we're not meant to be here on earth to suffer. Yes, we have to clear our karma and we have to clear other, shadow wounds and shadow work within ourselves, but to actually be here on earth to suffer is not what we're meant to do. We're here to experience. We're here to live life and experience all the joys and the pleasures that life brings. So I love that you are connecting all the dots for everyone, and leading by example and living by example. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Absolutely. I want to say something to that person that you're talking about who's in the depths of the job 95 9 to 5 world and the corporate world because I was there. I felt it, like it felt meaningless, it felt joyless, all the stuff. But I even then I came to one conclusion, which was like, okay, today I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to this thankless job, meaningless, seemingly meaningless, I should say. If I can be of service to one person today through one email, one smile, and that person could be me, then I've fulfilled my purpose. Okay, so that was the intention I held through the long years of my corporate life. And at the point of me switching to yoga, I had a very clear intention. I said, okay, like, where do you want me? Do you want me back in the corporate world? I'll go there. Do you want me somewhere else? And I was led and guided to somewhere else. I know that there are many, 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 many light workers in the corporate world. So if you're there, that's for a reason. You're either there to help someone else's journey along, to be of some kind of service. And again, you could be doing that service to you by earning that money for your family or whatever it is, or you're there for your own transformation. Probably both.
Hmm.
So if you're there, be there fully, even if it's painful, even if it's seemingly meaningless, there is a meaning to it, and give yourself to it.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, because I know that there's people in the audience watching just now who needed to hear that because they're at that crossroads and they're in emotional pain where they don't want to be there anymore, but they don't know where to move on to yet. But if you're there in that employment and that job just now, even though you don't want to be there, just be in service and things will change. Be grateful for your job, be grateful for the money that's coming in. And whenever you have that, it's the attitude of gratitude. That's whenever other things start to change. So, no, thank you for sharing that with our audience. I know that they needed to hear that. Thank you. Yeah, because just smiling at someone can change someone's whole day. Yeah, it really can. It really can. Just one simple smile. So, how would you describe a radiant being of light?
A radiant being of light
Mhm.
is someone who doesn't live above the clouds, but is firmly planted in their body, um, to be here for whatever is arising, first in themselves, first in themselves, to say, what do I need today? What are the needs of my inner children? And the inner children could be the inner children of your ancestors. So what you need today varies, changes, but then inevitably there are some points and wounds that will keep coming up and up. So to be radiant means to be divine. And to me, to be divine means that you can hold everything in love. You become the container that you wish that others were for you. You become that soft place for yourself.
Mhm.
You become that compassion. Your entire body becomes the container for your soul. And that inevitably just shines out. That shines out to how you talk to others. That shines out to how you show up to that thankless job, or maybe thankful the job that you love. That shows in how your relationships work on or don't work. Every single thing your body is telling you is a clue as to what needs healing the most, what needs love the most, what needs care the most. Your anger, your fear, your emotions, the struggles, the sensation, the numbness, the pain, everything is a clue. And if you're not sure how to decipher it all, you come work with a healer like me,
Mhm.
um, to make sense of it, to be there. But the key is I keep coming back to that word. Okay, what's rising up today? Like, do I like myself today? Like, no matter what someone says to me, no matter what happens, can I be with myself today? It's like if you were your own child, if they were having a tantrum, and if they were making a mistake, would you still stay with them? Would you still say, I'm here for you? And that is the practice that heals. Choosing to be there for yourself again and again and again, body, mind, spirit, emotions, everything, every single thing. And then what shines through that is when you let everything be held, the magical thing is that you become a holder, you become a space holder for others too, through your own example and through your own healing light.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. Have you encountered cases where individuals have unintentionally blocked becoming a radiant being of light, through these emotions or through other experiences or traumas? And if so, how can someone heal from being blocked? Would you work with them through your work with inner child or with crystals? How would you approach this?
Um, my work is multidimensional. Body is a part of it. Your mind is a part of it. Your divine self, your soul is a part of it. Um, but ultimately, you get to realize that whatever is ailing you is there to give you and show you your fullest and biggest potential. The same was true for me when I had the migraines. The same was true for me when my second chakra was cut. Um, my second chakra cut, I often say my daughter was the healer who initiated me into healing arts. So you got to make meaning and soup out of all the ingredients you get.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I help people do this is I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant, all the clairs. And it took me a while to realize all of them. I mean, I always had it, but I often thought others' feelings were mine or others' chaos in their mind was mine. Um, but now I
You get the
can,
whole package, you get absolutely
yeah, I
everything.
mean, you know
To,
how
yeah, just to decipher what everything was. Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
the,
Yeah.
um, and the gift in that is, as an empath, I can sort of help you decipher the things you're not seeing. I mean, you're knowing, but you don't want to know that you know. But I know. Like if you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I help people with is to dive into their inner realm, inner landscape, which is like underneath the skin. That's your body. That's the underworld. That's the scary place to go into the body, to go back into those feelings and sensations and whatever energy you're holding. The blockage is simply a means for your soul to get your attention.
Hmm.
It's up to you to stay blocked or not. And usually it starts with that's how it started with me. You try to do it yourself and you come to a certain degree, like here, you hit a plateau, and then you realize like there's a bigger gap that you want to climb, and you finally learn to trust someone. I mean, if you're wounded, if you've had trauma, trusting is hard, right? Trusting is huge. But if you let yourself trust in that whole cooperation, like I can be your blind spot mirror. I can show you things, and then you can go up here. And then maybe there you learn some other tools. Like I learned crystal, I sort of taught myself, I should say, crystal healing, EFT tapping, all those things. Um, and then you partner with another healer, and then maybe you go here, and then you spiral down here back to the same wound, but you're not quite the same. I should say like this. Like you go like this. You come back to the same spot, but you're at a higher vantage point, and then at a higher. Um, Higher meaning simply more expanded, like you've gotten to know more places in you, more hidden treasures you've discovered, and they become, as you turn the garbage into soup and healing and meaning, they become your allies in the next round because you're going to keep hitting the same wound. It's up to you to stay at that first level of pain versus transmute some of it. And there's still going to be pain,
Hmm.
but maybe it's less. Maybe it's a different kind of pain. Maybe you'll be asked to look from like you were working the second chakra. Now you start to work your voice like you're doing now. Um, so it keeps changing and evolving, and it's beautiful. And for me, one of the biggest revelations was learning to trust not just myself, but other healers, learning to find people who can hold me. And that becomes a skill as well.
It does, it really does become a skill, because you know that you have to uncover like the correct healer to help you on your journey. Because I love how you had said earlier that your soul keeps you blocked, and whenever you're blocked in that area, your soul's then going to start bringing you situations and circumstances and experiences. It's like the traffic lights where it keeps like blinking until it like gets your attention, and then you're like, right, I've got some work that I need to do here. But understand what you mean by learning to trust yourself and learning to trust other healers, and it is a skill, and also a skill, and the many skills that you've developed over the years so that you can help the people who come across your path, because they're ready to be healed in these certain areas so that they can level up and move on. So, could you tell our audience about how your work has changed people's lives? How they've became that radiant being of light. You've saw that transformation. They've came from, they're at point A, and they're now at point B. If you could tell our audience a bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, people's postures change from even in an hour of inner child healing or even through an intuitive reading. I mean, intuitive reading, they're both love containers in my life, in my heart, as well as all my online offerings. Like I have a healing membership, but um, different ways that happens in an intuitive reading. That's the gift of being seen and heard and understood. That's something most of us don't get through our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm passionate about giving that gift and again understanding, helping you understand certain things that you're perhaps not ready, willing, able to see yet. And then with an inner child healing, that's even more intimate, where we dive into your inner realm together. And what happens there is, again, expanding your container in the places that you're like this. I can hold you like this.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you that space so that it becomes easier to go there. Um, and what that does is it's life changing. I mean, one session you can feel good, 10 sessions, your life's going to be completely changed. I mean, the difference is you being frustrated all the time, or you coming back to the same sadness point, or coming back to the same, I don't know, maybe you're drawn to online shopping or whatever, versus you satisfy that thirst, that hunger, that need, that being seenness. That is life changing completely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. I know that there's people in our audience watching just now, and that's what they need. They need to be seen, and for you to hold that container and that space for them, and within 10 sessions, you've transformed their life, and that's exactly what they're looking for and needing. So thank you for sharing that. Can you please tell us about the free gift you have gifted our audience?
Yes, of course. I have a few of them. If you go to my website, dropofam.com, there's all healing offers, which lists all my free and paid offers. I have a very low cost, affordable healing membership. That's a wonderful thing to start. But the free gift is called Allow Life to Flow. So we've been talking about the stuck places. So the stuck place could be in your body, in your emotion, in an area of your life, relationship, career, health, wealth, well-being. So this is a powerful meditation. It's one that I've included in my membership and in one of my online programs, but people overlook it because they think it's so simple. But I've had people message me saying, "Oh, Damla, I went through the EFT tapping." By the way, EFT tapping is alchemizing. It's an
Mm,
energy healing method, and I teach you that too in this gift. They've contacted me, these people, and they're like I had been waiting for this like inheritance or whatever. I did the meditation and it just came through. Or people tell me like they've been through emergency situations where their body just, tenses up, and they do the meditation and they have like a aha moment.
mm,
It's so powerful to hold space for yourself. And that's what that meditation is for, allowing life to flow physically, emotionally, spiritually. When you give yourself that moment to pause and say, okay, I'm going to hold everything in love, that changes everything. So go ahead, try it. I personally come back to it at least once a week. It feels amazing. You'll feel incredible. You can actually measure yourself before and after. And if you don't feel incredible, just let me know. Or you might feel it like just slightly better. And that's an improvement. If you held that stuck place for too long, even that little bit can feel like, amazing. This feels
mhm.
wonderful. So give yourself that gift. And if you have any thoughts about it, any aha moments, just let me know. I'm everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as a drop of Om. So I hope to see you and connect with you there.
Thank you so, so much, Damla. If you just click on the link below this video, it will take you to that amazing free gift. And whenever you try out that meditation, as Damla said, you are going to feel that change, but sometimes it might also just be a slight change. And sometimes that's all you need to get started. And then whenever you listen to Damla's free gift over and over and over again, you'll start to feel and see the layers lift off and heal, and you'll start to feel better and better and better. And it's about feeling good, it's about feeling joy. So thank you so much for that free gift. So just click on the link below this video. So one last question, Damla. What is your last words of wisdom from your heart to the audience today?
Um, okay, what's coming in is when you feel lost, you got to understand that you're lost for a reason. Like I was lost for a reason in the corporate world. I was lost for a reason not being able to connect with my body. And I'm not saying you need to become a healer like me, but know and understand that in every lost point, there is a lesson, there is a purpose, there's a meaning. And you get to be with these points. Like I came across this saying the other day. I'm not going to remember it fully, but the gist of it was looking at an area of life that you feel you're stuck at, and then saying, there's so much room for possibility and growth here. I trust the possibilities that are wanting to express themselves here. I trust the healing that is wanting to come to me here. I mean, versus saying, oh my God, damn it, like I'm stuck here again. Versus saying, oh my God, I'm so thankful and grateful for the possibilities here. And I'm open to all the healing that and growth that wants to come my way. And please be gentle and generous with me, divine, in the process. I always said that. Um, so yeah, I mean, what if each and every lost place was an opportunity for you to find yourself on a deeper level?
Wow, that is absolutely perfect and it's very deep. And I know that our audience watching just now are going to take that away and they're going to digest it because it's exactly what they needed to hear just now. So thank you so, so much for sharing that wisdom with all of us. Damla, it has been an absolute honour and blessing to have you here on this episode of the Heart Wisdom Symposium. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise, your knowledge, your experience. Everything is a healer and how you can help so many people in the audience watching just now. So, from our hearts to yours, again, thank you so much for being here and for sharing all of that with us. And take care, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everyone.